Today we help celebrate the release of the new album by Womb by talking to two of the three members, Cello Forrester and Georgette Brown. It's the band's second album for Flying Nun, and it's called Dreaming of the Future. Now please meet Cello and Georgette.
I'm Georgette. And I'm Cello.
Hello, folks. So there's a third party. Where is he these days? He's bailed out?
Hazzy is doing actually a lot of errands for us. He's running around doing some stuff in preparation for our tour tomorrow. We're excited to go on tour and everything. Because the last time we went on tour was for our EP last year, so that was like in the winter last year. So it'd be fun to get to go back on the road a bit. It's a short tour, but it'll be fun.
Right. Cool. So the previous album came out in 2018, and of course, in the meantime, we've had COVID and all sorts of stuff going on. Mm-hmm. Is that the main reason why it took so long, or do you guys have other things going on as well?
It's hard to say. I mean, you never know how things would have panned out. But I think COVID definitely did change just the shape of a lot of things.
Right.
But I think also for us, it's important. Like, we never wanted to rush anything, and if we weren't happy with it, we wouldn't have wanted to release anything. So, we're a bit pedantic. What do you?
Were you getting pressure from the label or from family and friends or fans or anything to do something?
I feel like some friends are like, are you guys still a band? Like that kind of thing. But no, we were really lucky with Flying Nun because every now and then I'd send them a frantic email being like, we're not done. And then they would be just so encouraging and very adaptable to our time frame. So, yeah.
Cool. So if I remember correctly, the previous album was recorded at the Wine Cellar, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. So I don't think you've done that again. Tell me the circumstances around the making of this new record of Dreaming of the Future again.
I think we kind of just wanted to try a different process. I think with any kind of music we're making, we just want to keep on just experimenting with new ways to approach making the sound. So big thing was I guess this time we've worked to a metronome, which we obviously did not in the last time. So Georgie's been amazing, drumming to a metronome, which I'm always really impressed by. And then that meant we could work in Wellington as well, where we live, and just go up the road to our friend Bevan's house, who ended up being the person to record with us and produce it with us.
There was a place called Circle Blue Studios.
Yeah.
Somebody, Bevan's place. So tell me what the place is like to work in.
It's really beautiful. It's out the back of his house, they built a little recording studio, and it's amidst their herb and vegetable garden, so it's quite dreamy up there. And Bevan's been our friend for a while and collaborator, and it's really nice and easy to work with him, and he just let us take our time. So we went up there a lot over the last couple of years, and it was a really enjoyable experience, and all of his flatmates and partner are really lovely as well.
And when you went into the studio, and did you have the songs all sorted out? You knew what you were going to do? Did you have an idea of what you wanted to accomplish, or how did it get to be what it is now?
I feel like that was one of the funnest parts about working with Bevan, because he was definitely willing to have it be a scrap and turn it into something from there. But some songs we probably had a fuller idea, but a lot of them also we've recorded a lot of them just at our house. So we'll kind of end up giving him something a bit more, that's gone through a bit of development already here at our house. Kind of things went through many changes as they said in studios.
So I see the opening track is something called Sylvan's Song, and then I was watching the video for Oceans, and there's somebody named Sylvan in the video. Is that the same Sylvan?
Yes, you have done your research.
Oh, it ties it all together. Yes. Tell me how it all works together. Tell me all about it.
Sylvan is like a really good friend of all of ours. They're like a really just important person in our lives, I guess.
Right.
And the song, Sylvan's song, it's actually a song we wrote like for our mom. And like I wrote the lyrics. It's like it's kind of like it's about like being non-binary and just like I don't know, just like processing some of those feelings. And Sylvan has been like a really important person for me in all of that. They've just been like very like supportive.
Dreamt I was a butterfly. I dreamt I was dissolving. I dreamt I was a sliding door. I dreamt I was revolving.
So yeah, it's written for our mum, but it's dedicated to Sylvan.
All right. And so while we're on this similar subject, tell me about the song Oceans and making the video and all that stuff. How much do you get involved in doing that?
Oceans was, the video is something that Charlotte, like your cello had the first kind of idea that sparked it, and then Hazzy was like, let's make a rain machine. And so we like went about making this kind of art, it became like a practical art object because it's a spiral and it actually works as well. And we didn't know if it was going to work. And that was all Hazzy's kind of design. And yeah, so we kind of came up with this concept and got our friends to be in it. And Martin Sagan directed it.
Classic moment of a first fight in a relationship, and it sprung from there really. And it like kind of just like in the actual real life event, me and the person I was seeing drove to the ocean, and that kind of like was the thing to help us through that time. But then I guess in a more symbolic term, then thinking of oceans as like quite healing forces. So that's kind of where that song came from.
And with the video, we kind of wanted to start, like the three of us wanted to kind of step back a little bit from being the main people in our music videos. And so we just kind of took a little bit of a backseat role and let our friends kind of be the stars, which was nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And while we're on the subject of videos, there's also one for The Dove, which just came out a few weeks ago. So why did you choose to do that, a video for that? And what can you tell me that I need to know about the song, the video, everything?
This world let you down. Now watch the tears fall. Maybe you're up there looking down. Maybe you're up there looking down.
So my dad, we've got different dads, the same mum, and my dad passed away in the end of last year, and then Charlotte wrote The Dove for me and for my dad, like as kind of like a gift or a grief ritual. And then we decided that I should be in the video as this kind of like dove-like or angel-like being for me and for my dad. So it's just like a kind of, and the guitar in it is a gift that my dad had given cello years ago that we use in the band and that they play on. So it's like I can't actually play the guitar, but I was just pretending to play, which is very
still obvious. Time.
Exactly. But we wanted to make it that my dad would have like really liked aesthetically in terms of the video. So all the imagery is things that he would have resonated with. So yeah.
Right. Well, it kind of leads me to what I was going to ask. I mean, the previous record came out a while, 4.5 years ago, like you said. So everyone's gone through a lot of changes in those 4.5 years for various reasons, which we don't really need to bore people with what they are. But so as a band, how do you look back and see how you were then compared to how you are now? Are you a different group of people, of artists?
Well, I mean, this is a slightly different timeline to your question, but recently we've realized we've been in a band for 7 years. And on
Right.
that note, we were kind of just thinking of like that theory of like all the cells like regenerating in your body every 7 years. So we're like, oh yeah, no, we are a completely new band now.
You're completely different. That's cool.
Yeah, but no, I think there's like elements of the first album are kind of sewn into this new album, but yeah, I think we've all changed for better or worse in that time. And yeah, it's just kind of new versions of everything, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything to add? I'm looking at you.
So much has happened for everyone.
4.5 years. It's a
Yeah.
lot of time.
That we're probably completely different, and what we're going to put out now would have been very different a long time ago.
But
Right,
yeah,
right.
it's interesting, especially like lyrically, like the songs are just completely personal, especially to me. So
Right.
each album really does exist kind of like as a record of that time. So, you know, people can take their meaning and have it translate into their kind of own worlds. But for me, I'm like, oh, that's that exact moment. And it's really precise, and it's really special for me to like have like a record of time in that way.
Right. So the record's out tomorrow. The tour starts tomorrow. It's a whole new world out there, or a weird old world out there. What are your feelings about all that? About stepping out and being a band again?
I'm excited mainly. I like playing live is one of our favorite things,
Yes.
and we've been working across the last couple like weeks and months on a new set, and like it will be a completely different experience from the actual album. It will sound completely different as well. But yeah,
That's what I was thinking. I was going to ask how the rehearsals go, and how do you try to recreate the sound that you make on the records, or how do you approach the live thing?
I think we're more like partial to making it be quite a different thing, because it's just, I don't know, like the way we record is like maybe like picking up one little instrument for one part of the song, and it's just never going to translate into a live thing.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like, I guess I would say the live performances are a bit more like emotionally charged as well, and that's, I guess, I think we've probably just been working on like making that a full space for that, I guess.
And we're also just really excited
Alrighty.
to get out there, and like a lot of the people we're playing with are our friends and people that we haven't seen in a while, and we're excited about that element as well, like the social element of touring.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, one other song I want to touch on was "Some Setting Sun." There's just kind of weird, kind of backward effects sounding thing at the intro of the song. So, with that in mind, is there somebody in the band that is responsible for the kind of weird production touches, or do you all contribute to that stuff?
Guess I could take it slow, take time to let it form. Instead, head first, I ran to your arms, and how it fell with you, under a spell with you, I touched the earth when I'm feeling love.
I would say we definitely all have a hand in it, but with that specific song, I wish Hazzy was here to prop himself up, but he's very humble, so he probably wouldn't anyway. But he does all the kind of like special ambient kind of touches, all the synth. So with that song, I mean, like that's like a pretty like classic folk song, and then once I kind of had done a little kind of demo of that, I gave it to him, and he just made it a really different song, which I love. And that song is also really special because we got to work with Ben Woods on that song. So those are his vocals there in the middle of the song, which, the song like felt really empty. And then once we gave it to Ben, it was like, oh, this is an actual song now. Like this is everything we needed. Yeah.
Very good. Excellent. So, I mean, yeah. Oh, I have to ask you about mushrooms, I think. Georgette. I just have a note that I've written down. What's the deal with you and the mushrooms? I'm dying to hear it.
I've always just been kind of obsessed with them my whole life. But in the last couple of years, I've actually started going out and looking for specific mushrooms with the help
Right.
of our naturalist app mostly, and
Right.
some books like as well. Shirley Kerr is a really good mycologist from here who's made an amazing book. And yeah, I just gravitate towards them, and it's changed the way that I've been doing it recently has kind of changed my whole perception of everything. I don't know how to. It's hard to verbalize.
Something Georgie told me on like a mushroom walk that I was on with her once was that mushrooms like to grow in the path of destruction, and that like always stays with me as like, I guess, like symbolically what mushrooms can do. So yeah.
And I got to imagine there are versions of mushrooms that are unique to New Zealand. Is that true?
Yes, yeah. There's quite a few, but my favorite is actually probably everyone's favorite, but the were were kokako, and it's like the blue mushroom that's on our $50 note. And
oh, right.
Yeah, we're the only.
If I'll ever see one again.
Yeah. But we're the only country in the world to actually have fungi on our money, so it's just special. And
it is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not hallucinogenic.
I think I saw in the States they're trying to legalize some of the more psychedelic mushrooms.
Yeah.
Do you have an opinion about that?
Yeah, I reckon they should definitely be legalized everywhere, and not criminalized in any way.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I think about that. Yeah. Do you have an opinion on that?
Very good. I'm all for it. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, this is exciting. So you're going to be back up at the wine cellar later on in the month, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. We get to play for our show in Auckland. And just like pay homage to Rowan and everything. It'll be really fun to be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, good luck with everything tomorrow,
Thanks,
with the album, the gig. It's bound to be fun because it's going to be kind of like a reunion. You probably haven't seen a lot of the folks that are fans and stuff, and they want to commiserate with you, so that'll be great. So good luck with everything. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.